Good morning or afternoon. Giving you all a chance to get in here. I want to do this deep video. I'm sure you all see the title. First one in, please let me know if I'm loud enough over this music. I want to get straight to it. Church music playing in the background. It's disturbing me a little bit, but call it practice. Distraction practice. Now, as I said, I want to do this quick video explaining how Terrence Howard's theory is inaccurate. And I'm doing this so you guys can be on the right train of thought. A lot of you guys convince yourselves you're wise, or you're a wise person. Wisdom is a process. A lot of y'all are not on that path or on that process. You're living a life that contradicts that path or process. And so you can't serve two masters. Terrence Howard and a lot of you guys have to come to grasp that. You either are or you're not. But you can't be two things in perspective of the duality. Meaning you can't serve two masters. And so Terrence Howard is a great actor. But he's not a wise person. Acting, which is pretending, is a form of a lie. And so do you get my point? You guys like to serve two masters, both sides of the duality, and it interferes with your understanding. Lie and wrong are one direction. Truth and right is the other. And so try to grasp that. Now, Terrence Howard has a theory regarding math. He believes the way that we have math in today's times is inaccurate. And so he believes 1 times 1 should equal 2. And 0 times 1 should equal 1. Now, how he came up with this theory, I'm not sure, but you have addition and you have multiplication. 2 completely different curriculums. He thinks math, he thinks addition and multiplication is like the same thing. Meaning most of you guys have a perspective that multiplication is another form of addition. You know, adding. And it's not. It's a whole different curriculum. I'm going to explain it in a minute, but I just want to give you guys perspective. And so multiplication and addition is 2 separate curriculums. Terrence Howard doesn't understand that. In that, he thinks that 1 times 1 should equal 2. And 0 times 1 should equal 1. He believes this because he said something about energy never dying. And where did the 1 go? Meaning in 0 times 1. 0 times 1 equals 0. But according to his theory, he's saying, where did the 1 go? Energy never dies. And he goes deep into nowhere. But to a lot of you guys, I suppose what he said made sense. And it only makes sense because you guys are not mathematicians. Y'all do not understand the language of math. And so I'm going to help Terrence out and the rest of you guys out. Make sure you're listening. Peace and wisdom, J Hall, page E3. Let's start with the multiplication of 1 times 1. 1 times 1 is not saying one thing plus another thing equals whatever the sum is. That's not what multiplication is. That's what addition is. In multiplication, when you're saying 1 times 1, what you're saying is 1 time. 1 times 1, 1 time. If I ask you, 1 time equals what? You'll say 1. It's only 1 once. That's how multiplication works. In that, if I say 1 times 3 equals, you'll say 3. Because the equation is saying 1 3 times. 1 3 times is 3. You follow? So 1 times 3 is the equivalent of saying 1 3 times. And then the answer. You can reverse it, do whatever you want, but if you understand the language, 10 times 10 equals 100, because what you're saying is 10 times. There you go, J Hall. It's a simple thing. Terrence Howard is not a mathematician, but he convinced himself that he was. In that, do you see my point? He went off on his own accord and thought that makes absolutely no sense. You see how simple it is for me to debunk his theory? A theory is a guess, and a guess isn't right. Y'all think a theory is a means to getting to the right answer. A theory is the beginnings of going the wrong way. Meaning a guess is the beginnings of being wrong, because a guess has nothing to do with the truth. All right. Somehow y'all don't understand that. So y'all try to make all the guesses and theories y'all can, which is the same thing, a guess and a theory. And then do you see how Terrence Howard went way off course? He put energy into it. He don't understand energy. Y'all understand words. He understands the word energy, but he doesn't understand what that word is a representation of. Words are just letters or symbols that represent real things in life. These letters or symbols are not real themselves. They just represent real things in life that may not be seen or understood. So it's the same with numbers. Numbers do not exist. Numbers are just symbols to represent things in real life that may not be seen or understood. In that, Terrence Howard is getting lost on the numbers. He thinks the numbers are real, so he says 0 times 1 should equal 1, because what happened to the 1? Nothing happened to the 1. The 1 isn't a real thing. It represents a real thing. Terrence Howard has no clue what it represents, so he's lost on the numbers. In that, 0 times 1 equaling 0 doesn't make any sense to him. But it does make sense if you understand the language. 1 times 0 is the equivalent of saying 1 0 times, which would equal 0. If I said 1 0 times equals what to you? You'd say nothing. If I said 10 times 0 equals, that's the equivalent of me saying 10 0 times, which is 0. That's why 1 times 0 equals 0. It doesn't equal 0 because energy disappeared like that. And so you get my point? You guys can get lost when y'all pretend y'all ain't what y'all, when y'all pretend y'all are what y'all are not. Terrence Howard is a great actor. This is a pretender. I'm not saying he's a pretend person, but I'm saying acting or pretending is a form of lie. You can't flip flop in between lie and truth. That just equals lie. It's a deep thing. Hopefully you guys grasp. Qasim Razak said, "What religion is this brother talking about?" Salam, can you depart from my channel? I'm not sure if you can read, but my channel is for extremely smart people who are trying to get to that next level, not idiots. Gejani Esteban said, "You are dividing the truth with lie, the worldview of division by your logic." I'm not sure what you're listening to. A lot of you guys are idolizers. You follow? So maybe you idolize stars, and that whatever they say is truth to you. In that, you get my point? You probably think this is a matter of me versus Terrence Howard, but it's not. It's a matter of right and wrong. Right having to do with truth and wrong having to do with lie. You get my point? You are not serving truth or lie. You are serving the people that you idolize. In that, if they're wrong, you get my point? Y'all start talking beyond points, not making any sense. It's a deep thing to grasp. And so, when you say you're dividing the truth, I'm explaining why 1 times 1 equals 1. Why 1 times 3 equals 3. This is not a math curriculum concerning words. You said I'm trying to divide truth with lie. You're trying to scramble up the conversation. Meaning you're going above and beyond stupidity now. I'm sure you grasp what I said if you were listening. If you're an idolizer of somebody or whatever, you get my point? Most of y'all, like I said, you think this is about me versus the person. You idolize the person so you feel butthurt. And you don't even know if the person feels butthurt. That part. This is to help Terrence Howard. Do you know how stupid you look when you're talking about 0 times 1 equals 1? Because you don't understand the language. The language being 0 times 1 is the same as saying 0 1 time, which is 0. It wouldn't matter if you flip it around or anything. Once you understand the language, it's a simple thing to grasp. I'm going to get to you, Qasim Razak. I didn't take any offense to what you asked. Religion is a falsehood, so I'm not no religion. And you shouldn't be either, but like I said, y'all serve lie for some reason. And it's because y'all idolizing things like that. In that, if a person is wrong or something you like, it all boils back to the ego. You're having the ability to say you're right or anybody is right that you want, even when it's clear you're not. You begin to look like a fool. So, Terrence Howard's theory makes no sense if you can grasp that Terrence Howard is not a mathematician, in that he does not understand the language of math. 1 plus 1 equals 2. But 1 times 1 does not equal 2 because they're 2 separate curriculums. They have 2 different languages, meaning it's 2 different things. Math is adding things, and multiplication is basically saying how many times a thing. You get it? Like a revolution thing. 1 time, 2 times. You get my point? It has nothing to do with adding. In that, 3 times 5 is to say 3 5 times, which would equal 15. It's a language thing. You have to understand math. Now, like I said, he's not a mathematician, so do you get my point? He squandered off on this theory that makes absolutely no sense. Jejani Esteban, salam, shalom. I don't want to carry on with you once the point is made. You get my point, and you keep talking beyond the point. I'm going to have to let you go. You have a lie problem or a receiving truth problem. But you said the actor is just showing you how the branch of mathematical equations are flawed with our everyday usage of numbers. Your fundamentals are based off flawed principles. Numbers are not real. They represent real things in life. You and Terrence Howard are lost on numbers. Numbers is just a curriculum. You follow? Now, when you say the actor is just showing you how the branch of mathematical equations are flawed, his understanding is flawed. He does not understand the language of multiplication. He doesn't understand that 1 times 1 is saying 1 time. Because he doesn't grasp that, he doesn't see how 1 times 1 equals 1 instead of 2. Meaning he's doing addition in multiplication. Multiplication is a different curriculum representing, all math is representing life. An expression of life manifesting. This would be the speed of its manifesto. The shape are the dimensions of the shape. This is what math is basically a symbol for, meaning the letters or numbers in math represent shape. In that shape's dimensions are its angles and all of that first, then its dimensions, and then you get my point? The speed of the happenings of this. And so Terrence Howard does not understand math. He understands 1 plus 1 equals 2. 1 times 1 equals 1. In that, he says, I don't see how that makes sense. You get my point? But it makes perfect sense if you understand the start of the curriculum, meaning the language of it. What it is saying, he doesn't know what 1 times 1 is saying. It's saying something. You get it? It's saying 1 time. He doesn't know that. That part, the language. That's what I mean when I say the language. You guys are not mathematicians. Y'all are pretenders. In that, do you get my point? You idolize Terrence Howard, or maybe you put Terrence Howard above me. I'm not saying you can't, but I'm saying, do you see the error in your ways now? He's wrong because he doesn't understand. You idolize him now. Do you get my point? You accept wrong over right. Not by mistake, but because you idolize. In that, you get it? A lot of y'all put yourselves on the lying path, where you're gonna rebuke all truth and whoever it comes from, because that's what you already chose. And so kind of grasp. Salam, shalom, peace and wisdom, Zizen. Now, hopefully you grasp. Let me get to the rest of y'all questions before I finish with the rest of this video. I'm explain 0 times 1. And so hopefully you grasp Esteban. Vocal antisocial. Yeah, that was a nice thing. It was a nice fight. Someone said, do you know Chico? Yeah, I know a Chico, but he passed. Peace and wisdom. Well, his father has the same name too, but yeah, I know a lot of people. Not sure if you're speaking of the same person. He said it's hard out there. Peace and wisdom. Y'all funny, man. Now, I'm the wisest man alive. A lot of you guys need to take that serious. That's not a joke. Y'all are not wise. I'm wise. I went through a certain process to be. And so, I understand math in all curriculums. I understand all of y'all religious texts, ancient texts. That's what I do. And so, the same way Terrence Howard is a thespian, and I better watch my step if I ever want to compete with him in being a thespian. Y'all are like that with me in wisdom. If I say the man wrong, just leave it. It's no need to push back and be like, no, but you don't understand. Oh, I understand. I'm trying to be nice and cute about it, so nobody feels butthurt. You get it? When I said 1 times 1 and explained all that, I was just, doing it simple so a third grader can grasp. He doesn't know what he's talking about, but it's okay. He's an actor, not a wise man, so I ain't looking at it like he forgot the script or something. Now, if you an idolizer of Terrence Howard, do you get my point? No, push back and do a whole bunch of extras, making it worse for him. Because then I have to go more in depth. And so let's go more in depth. Terrence Howard believes 0 times 1 should equal 1 because he says energy can't die. Energy is not alive. Let me get to your question in a second. Energy is not alive, are your statement. Energy can't die because energy isn't alive. A thing can only die if it's alive, but you have things that are before life, death, time, and space. If you don't understand what these things are, then do you get my point? You say things like energy never dies because you heard that said before. But in regards to this energy we're speaking of, that part, y'all understand words, y'all familiar with words, but if I say, what are these words speaking of in life? Then y'all don't know. And this is where the understanding gets lost. You get my point? Now, energy never dies because energy is not alive. Energy is before time and space, life and death. A thing has to be alive to die. So to say energy never dies makes no sense truly, because energy is not alive. A bowl, I can take a bowl, break it into 1,000 pieces. The bowl didn't die because the bowl wasn't alive. I can grind that bowl up into dust, meaning I can take the pieces of the bowl, grind it up into dust. It's still there. It's different, but it's still there. But more than that, it never died because it was never alive. I just transformed it to another aspect of itself. I can set it ablaze and disintegrate it into vapor, air. It still ain't died because it was never alive. I just transcended it over into its duality, into its dual state. That's all you have is transcending. You get it? A thing going forward, then going back, but that back being like forward. And then when it goes back forward, that going forward, it's always forward. You can only move forward in life, not backwards. Even when you're moving backwards, you are moving forward, because you are the starting point. Am I going too far beyond y'all? It's how Terrence Howard be going deep, but he don't even know what he's talking about though. But I do. So this is how I really supposed to sound. No offense to Terrence Howard. I don't know him. I don't want him to think like I don't like him or something. I'm just having fun. Y'all not wise. Y'all pretend y'all are. You get my point. I'm slapping you around. Like that. Coming of age thing. Y'all are not wiser than me or older than me in wisdom. In that, I'm just showing Terrence Howard he don't know what he's talking about. No big deal. You get my point? In acting, I'm sure you can slap me around. Said it's the wig making Terrence Howard go crazy. Shit, he an expression of how a lot of y'all crazy. Because a lot of y'all don't understand what he said either, because you ain't a mathematician or a scientist, but you familiar with the words he used. And that you like, yeah, that was deep. No, it wasn't. We don't know what he talking about. Because he don't even know what he talking about yet. It's just his theory. Blood got ego, so that mean like he think he right even when he ain't. He might get in his pride now or his ego, and now he say fuck Silas. Silas don't know what he talking about. I'm right anyway. And he parade around looking dumb, talking about I copyrighted this. It wouldn't matter. It's not right. I copyright everything before I bring it forth. You don't have to because none of it's right. Once I debunk it, you will have wasted copyright money. Keep that, man. Send that in as your tithes, because I ain't have to correct you. I could have just started looking dumb. There's white mathematicians. You get it? They're getting a kick out of this. Watching Terrence, watching Terrence Howard pretend he is a wise man, a mathematician. They are eating this up. It's hilarious to them. So I'm just, black people have never learned. They got the jewel in the race. That's me in regards to wisdom. Y'all got the Rosetta Stone as a person, but y'all serve lies so you don't ever get things. Now, I'm gonna let you go, Esteban. You seem like you want, you know, lie to be. I'm saying lie because a theory is a guess, and a guess has nothing to do with the truth. In that, you trying to make a man's theory accurate that ain't come to be accurate. He's still figuring it out. Hopefully now he figured it out that he don't know what he's talking about. Now, Giorgio Esteban said the 1 times 0 equation is quite profound. It just seems as if it's divided. Like, where do the 1 go? Again, you guys think a 1 is a physical thing. So you say, where did the 1 go? A 1 can't go nowhere because you ain't never seen the 1 in life. There's things in life that this 1 represents. When you say 1 times 0 equals 0, where'd the 1 go? You sound completely retarded because you don't understand the language of math, meaning these symbols, which are numbers, represent real things. It's a language, just like your words is an expression of what you see in reality. Maybe something you heard in reality, but what you heard may not be a reality, but you heard it in reality. Numbers are like that. In that, 0 times 1 and where did the 1 go makes no sense. That is fool's talk. You're like, 1 times 0 equation is quite profound. It just seems as if it's divided. Huh? Half of 1 ain't 0. 0 plus 0 ain't 1. So what do you mean divided? And so like that, you see how you can start on the wrong path and end up in the middle of the forest. Now let me help you guys grasp. 0 times 1. These letters representing realities in life. 0 being like unconsciousness. Anything against unconsciousness is nothing. This is the power of 0. If you understand the language, again, unconsciousness is like nothingness. This is an aspect of life that's manifesting out. Dream consciousness, awake consciousness, these are all emanations of unconsciousness, which is 0 or nothing. The number 0 being a symbol to represent that. Nothing being a word to represent that. That being a something. That's a nothing. Call that space before time. If you're lost when you're unconscious, you don't have a clue what time it is. When you wake up, you do. Unconsciousness is the darkness or the nothingness or the space before time in life and death. And so 0 times 1 equals 0 because the language of multiplication is saying 0 one time. If I say 0 one time equals what? You'd have to say 0. The symbol 0 one time is 0. The symbol 0 10 times 0. 0 10 times is still 0. You follow? Like that. 1 times 10 equals 10 because I'm saying 1 10 times. But 0, however many times, will still be 0 because 0 is nothing. Nothing 50 times is 50 nothings are nothing. Do you follow? Now, 0 is like unconsciousness in this thing manifesting out. Unconsciousness being like sound, or the vibration sound comes from. If you're lost, your mind is a vibration. Your mind is where the words or the sounds come from. Y'all don't understand science or life. In that, y'all don't understand what the curriculum is speaking of or representing. And so, do you grasp? View 0 like unconsciousness. In that, anything times it or put against it will be 0 or unconscious. And so again, when you're dealing with math, math has to do with shape, and the shape manifesting out. The dimensions of this manifestation and the speed of it. This is where you get your numbers and letters from. These things being symbols or representations of that. Manifesting, manifestation of life. That's all there is life. And everything else is descriptive of that life. Terrence Howard does not understand anything, meaning that me and Terrence Howard were sitting in the same room and he said his theory. You see how it would have been over before it started? The moment he said he doesn't see how 1 times 1 equals 1. And then I would have said 1 times 1 is to say 1 time. That part. He would have never went anywhere with this theory. He would have stopped it there and said, okay, I'll let wise men be wise men and I'll stick to acting until I'm ready to, start my process of being wise. Y'all think Sadhguru and a whole bunch of people that are public figures that y'all admire and idolize are wise, and they're not. They're religious people, meaning they have a religion or a curriculum. Life is not that. Curriculums are descripts of this life. Whether the descript is good or not, so do you get my point? So math, religion, anything you could think of is just symbology or descript of life. Life being something most do not understand. And that, do you get my point? Y'all truly don't understand the symbols or the letters and the numbers. And so it's a deep thing. He said, okay, I didn't mean any harm. I didn't say you did. You're not harming me. I'm trying to figure out why you're embarrassing yourself because you idolize somebody. You can idolize Terrence Howard for what he is, which is a great actor. He has a nice wig and everything. Outside of that, I'm just debunking his theory so he doesn't have to run around being wrong. And the rest of y'all that idolize don't have to look stupid. In that, you don't have to have any built up bitterness inside. This is how bitterness starts, with wrong. Wrong is the beginnings of everything in terms of the lie inside. All you have is truth and lie. And everything being emanations of that, either truth or lie. Right and wrong, just emanations of truth and lie. Wrong being with lie. You get it? Right being with truth. And so hopefully you grasp. He said, I'll further research and take heed. It's nothing to research, champ. You get my point? You're someone who's lost in lie because at some point in your life, way before this moment, you overlooked the truth. You spoke over it, like how you did this whole video until this moment. And so you're still on a path of wrong or lie, meaning you're looking to research something that doesn't exist. His theory is nothing you can research. He made it up. Somehow you don't get that. You don't get that a theory is a guess. A guess is the beginnings of wrong. I'm saying that because there's nothing to guess. If you know right exists, then what are you guessing for? Just seek out that right. And when you get it, cherish it and hold it. And so you get my point? Most of you guys, you're going to spend your whole life seeking wisdoms in this right. And wisdom is not that long. It's not a lifetime thing. Most of you guys, if you clocked in here and you've been paying attention and obliging to what you were told, flip-flopping around, being balanced, things like that, it would have been wise already, probably after 2 years. But y'all serve a lot of different masters, meaning y'all serve different things on either side of the duality whenever y'all choose. And that you only serve yourself. And that you only receive of your own self. Your own self being whoever you are mentally. If you don't know nothing, so you get my point, you just pulling from that nothing. Terrence Howard is just pulling from his nothing in regards to math, meaning he convinced himself he was a mathematician. But he knows he's not. He just got high. I guess Hollywood's weed is way stronger. Or maybe he's on cocaine. I wouldn't know. You get it? Whatever they have is really strong and powerful because 0 times 1 equals 0 if you understand the language of the curriculum. And so he said, yes, you're right. I understand your point and how I overacted. Salam. The main thing is, you get it? I'm right, but that's not dependent on your acknowledging it. You have to be right. You get my point? So that's the main thing you need to keep track of. When you find right, you hold it and you treat it accordingly. And so make sure you give back, because you could have been a dumb one blabbering out Terrence Howard's theory. If I haven't said anything, you guys would really be embarrassing yourselves right now. Carrying on, adding on to this theory that makes no sense. Again, you have unconsciousness. 0 is like a representation of that. And you say, what about the negative side? You know, you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that as light manifesting forth from its darkness or unconsciousness. All starts there. That unconsciousness. Your day starts there. You're unconscious, then you wake up. Waking up coinciding with physical life. Unconsciousness coinciding with nothingness. Meaning no physical, no nothing. You wake up from that, or you manifest out from that every day. That's how it happened in the whole of your reality. And so you get my point? The numbers are representing things like that. Life manifesting out, that unconsciousness being a vibration. So it holds a pattern or shape. And this is where your math or numbers lie. The math or numbers just being a curriculum or a descript of that. Not something you're supposed to get lost in, meaning y'all know the numbers and familiar with that, but not the life I'm speaking of, which is yourself too. And so do you get my point? try to grasp. All is one thing. Many expressions of that one thing, but all is still one thing. Can I get some thumbs up, please? Salam, shalom. Trill Chris said, where your focus goes, energy flows. Peace and wisdom, Tori and Howard. Now, if y'all have any questions, y'all can ask. If any of y'all are still confused, I know some of y'all, a little slower than others. But, like I said, wisdom is the process. A path. And so, y'all think y'all can serve both sides of the duality, meaning right and wrong, which is basically to do what you want. In that, it takes away from y'all understanding, meaning witnessing and understanding. Trill Chris said, aren't our souls made of energy? You heard that your soul was made of energy or was energy, but do you know that to be a truthful statement? Do you know your soul? Now, how do y'all get so attached, overlooking when you hear something and you don't understand it? You get it? I get it. Y'all all heard that y'all was energy. Beautiful. Now, why do you act like you know what that means? That's where y'all lose me. And so now you revert it out. Aren't our souls made of energy? But if I ask you, do you know what your soul is? And you truly understand what energy is? You're going to say no. And so when I ask you, so then why are you asking me that question? Meaning if you know you don't know what a soul is and what energy truly is, then whoever told you that, why didn't you ask them what a soul and what energy is? So you can be clear on whatever they're talking about. I'm making a point that y'all will hear a thing like how it sounds, but in regards to being clear on what was said, one question will crumble y'all. Crumble y'all question, y'all understanding, whatever the case may be. And so when you say, aren't our souls made of energy? Our souls are a vibration. You can call that vibration whatever you want. Energy, whatever. But this thing is before space, time, life and death, and whatever you know in these realms. That would be energy too. And so energy is coming off the vibration, just like sound is coming off the vibration, just like the manifested body is coming off the vibration. This is why y'all have a fingerprint. That fingerprint is unique and separate from everybody else's fingerprint. This is why you have a unique voice. Both these things coming from their vibration, which is your soul. In regards to energy, I don't know what you're talking about. You can word things however you want, but that's the reality. Your soul is a vibration. A vibration is the source of sound, meaning vibration raised into sound. All sound is deriving from its vibration. That vibration having a pattern. View that as your mind. And your words come from your mind through your mouth. Your mind is where you see things and you speak these things out. Your words are representations of whatever is seen in your mind's eye. Y'all know the words, not the mind's eye, are the vibration things are coming from. In that, do you get my point? Peace and wisdom. And so, like I said, your soul is a vibration. Upon manifesting out physically, your fingerprint is the pattern of that vibration. This is why you have a unique fingerprint to anybody else. Your voice is coming from that vibration, your voice being a sound. Sounds come from their vibration. And that, do you get it? You have a unique voice, just like you have a unique print. Both of these things being expressions are physical manifestations of the vibration that is your mind or your soul. The soul pulsates like all vibrations, meaning the vibration has a pulse. This is the inhale and exhale of that vibration. Of course, the vibration, as it raises or manifests out in different levels, it will have the ability to make sound. It will have the ability to hear, which is that sound going backwards. View sound is going out, and hearing has sound coming back in. And that sound is twofold, the speaking and the hearing. You follow? I'm not sure if y'all following. If y'all not, let me know. Like I said, this can go deep, but y'all got a lot of false theories in y'all mind that become the static of the connection. The connection being whatever I'm saying. So, thank you, Tori and Howard. Can we get the thumbs up? Like I always say, if you have a problem, excuse yourself. I wouldn't know why you do, but problems are contagious. Move along. Coming here to get this wisdom, you should be thankful. Make sure you pay your dues. And you get my point. If you're bitter, well, your bitterness starts with your broken or messed up relationships. This is a jewel for any of y'all that, always got a problem with me or whoever. I wouldn't know you, so I wouldn't care about your problem. A lot of y'all have to grasp that. And if you have a problem with me, you should just get over it, because I don't have any relationship with you. And that you just obsessed. You get my point? And that you putting yourself on a path of eternity, because I'm never going to care whatever problem you have with me, because I don't have a relationship with you. You're just obsessed with me. It's helping to free you from your bitterness. I'm saying that because y'all come in here and don't hit the like button and give back, so you must have some type of problem in that. You can't have a problem with whatever truth is coming from and then think you're going to receive of that truth. You're just going to get more and more bitter, more and more unclear, which is where most of y'all are. Been following me for a while, but your mind is more scrambled than it ever was. Y'all think it's about me and y'all, or me and whoever y'all idolize, and it's just about truth and lie, right and wrong. And you pick what you is when you get my point. And we either go about things the truthful way or the falseful way. Idolizing people, falseful way. And so, the beginnings of bitterness starts with bad relationships. Now, however many bad relationships you have, or broken relationships you have, will be the measure of your bitterness. Otherwise, what are you bitter over? I'm sure there's a person involved with this bitterness. And so again, the measure of your bitterness is the measure of your broken relationships. When some of y'all come to realize that, you get my point, you'll stop being an asshole, stop being lost in your ego, making like your small problem that you created means something, and you get my point, you'll get right. That way you won't have that bitterness anymore. And so, view your life if you're a bitter person or an angry person or whatever you call it. View your life in your relationships. And so, do you get my point? For every broken relationship, I'm sure you have a bitterness. These broken relationships will either be relationships where you did something to mess them up, or you just have no connection anymore. Nothing may have happened, you just don't have a connection to the person anymore, and you get my point? Like that. Bitterness builds up in that way. That bitterness of those bad relationships will start to spread into your newer relationships, creating more and more bitterness. And so you get my point? Any of y'all suffering with bitterness, the main thing you need to do is start there. Start with your broken relationships, the ones that's worth salvaging. Meaning people seem to be broken and bitter about whatever must have been good to them. I can't see nobody being bitter over whatever they hate or didn't want. And that, do you get my point? I'm trying to help some of y'all, that need. Salam, shalom. If you're a Hebrew Israelite and you feel butthurt because I said y'all are bummy and dusty, salam, shalom, I'm wrong. You don't need to feel butthurt beyond the moment. You get my point? My channel is for grown-ups. Salam, shalom. And so Dean Williamsburg, I'm sure you probably don't even take care of your kids and feed them. And so focus on that first. Take care of your wife, if you have one, your girlfriend. Pay the bills, things like this. Because y'all be doing a whole lot. Nigga, go to your person and you all out feeding the homeless. And your kid homeless. Salam. Peace and William, Torian Howard. Like I said, he said Hebrew. Y'all know I just did the Hebrew video, so you gonna get a few bozos. That's butthurt. Hebrews is childish. The goofy fools. So he's skinny. Salam, shalom. All wise men are skinny. I'm sure you're probably fat and sloppy. And so it's no need to play weight games. I got a beautiful six-pack, a beautiful chest under here. And you probably look sloppy under there. You can get lost in any goofy thing you saying, nigga. I tell you niggas absolutely no mind. You butthurt because you were Hebrew, and I fried y'all goofy ass scholarship. Most of y'all is bums on SSI, and you butthurt from when I said all of that. And so now you coming in here stupid talking because you feel stupid. And so what you need to do is come back when you've grown. My video ain't had nothing to do with insulting Hebrews. My video had to do with ancient Hebrew Israelite and the scholarship concerning it. If a nigga in the daytime lost in time and he want to be some shit from 4,000 years ago that's over with, well, that's your problem, not mine. If you want to be one of the people from the Lord of the Rings, that's your problem, not mine. If I'm saying something about the Lord of the Rings, what you want me to do? Because you decided you want to be the Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, whatever. So, kind of grasp. If you're not 35 and older, can you please don't come in? Because y'all bummy behavior is beneath me. Meaning y'all be getting butt hurt and then carry on beyond the moment. If you were Israelite, why you even here? Man just said y'all scramble-minded, and so you get my point. You a Hebrew, you should be in a Hebrew church, but you over here. Salam. Now, like I said, feed your kids before I start embarrassing y'all Hebrews. On that accord, that part. Most dudes in the daytime getting taken care of by a woman. So a lot of y'all, you get my point? Stop coming in here bum talking. Or I'll pull out your whole yearly salary and make you feel like dog shit. You think that's a joke? It happened before and it can happen right now. Just give me one reason. Y'all know how I am. I am petty. I am petty. I'm trying to entice you, you know. I like when niggas try to belittle me and then I embarrass the dog shit out of them. What happened, Dean? Come on, Dean. That part, nigga. You gonna be looking skinny and starving when I'm done. You gonna be looking skinny and starving when I'm done with you, nigga. And I'm gonna be making these filet mignon that I'm about to make. Salami. Now, for those of y'all that clicked in here for the title of the video, hopefully you grasp. Y'all on the path of lie. For some reason, y'all think it serves y'all in some way. And so, all I can say is, if you had no access to me, meaning if I didn't explain this to y'all right now, a lot of y'all will be lost on Terrence Howard's theory and a bunch of other theories y'all hear online, but none of them hold any merit to reality in you understanding anything concerning your life. It's just fool's talk for the most part. I'm only saying it's fool's talk because I'm wise. I'm sure it's something else to y'all, you know. Good conversation, I would know. Now, I guess Dean is done. Salam, shalom. Anybody else want to come in here playing insulting games? Because I can always unbutton the shirt. Let me know. Say he's skinny. Make sure you can unbutton your shirt because my shit look like what you pay for. Let me know. You see how I get them out of here so fast? This is why you want to be on the side of truth in your own life. You get my point? Anybody can blabber and bullshit talk anything, but most people can't stand on whatever they say. At some point, they gonna look stupid and silent. And so, do you get my point? Whatever I say is what it is. You can have the mind to say, he said he's skinny. I'll take my shirt off right now. You're gonna be crying more. That part. You take your shirt off right now, we gonna be like, put your shirt back on, please. So, my point is, y'all need to stop reaching to insult things when you fall on the lesser side. That's like the thing y'all got in the day. Y'all like insult up. Or however you view it. If you fat, maybe you insult somebody in shape. Y'all kind of set yourselves up to be more and more bitter. And so, just be mindful of the bitterness. That's how that happens. You get my point? And come in here, you say, he broke. I make more than you in a year. I don't want to hurt your feelings. We already went through this before. I'm saying that, so maybe some of y'all grasp. Y'all have like the desire to challenge things y'all can't. Maybe you could challenge me in chess. In regards to wisdom and whatever broke talks you talking about, you know, that project shit. This person broke, that person broke. You don't even know your own self. You ain't even an accountant of your own funds yet. But you get my point? In regards to those things, you're wasting your time. You're just gonna make yourself aggravated. You don't need to challenge me in anything. Salam, shalom, Dean. I'm gonna let you go, champ. You bored. You said the same thing too many times. I mean, you're trying to promote it. That part. I'm the same size I always been. My clothes are the same size they always been. It's just butt hurt and burnt. And this is most of y'all. You butt hurt because you was checked on something and now you keep carrying on trying to find a flaw. I'm getting older. Some of y'all way younger than me. You look terrible. That's the true reality. And whatever you're looking for, you should have moved along the moment you was checked. Now that y'all lost in y'all own reality like y'all lost in y'all own wisdom that you made up. And so, stop coming in here with the insults. My channel got to do with wisdom, not bum behavior, bum talk. You butt hurt over something, just move along. Again, my channel got to do with wisdom. If you seeking wisdom, this is the place you need to come. If you looking to compete with things you can. In regards to me, I'm not going to compete with you in bum talk. I'm sorry you have not been removed from bum environments, a bum state of mind, where you think two people blabbering on, you're broke. No, you're broke. That's project mentality. That's what happens there. We're both broke. You get my point? Some of y'all like to bring that here. You like to compete your tactic. I'm beyond all that bum shit. I'll crush you out just for the point. But you get it? It's disgusting to me. I'm aging. I'm getting better with age in regards to wisdom and everything. And a lot of y'all, you get my point? Lady said, take it off. Want to see that six pack? I wasn't joking for those of y'all that thought I was. My shit might be light. Oh no, it's still there. I don't want to do too much, man. Like I said, I'm with wisdom. I like to take it into other realms that y'all can't stand on, then y'all get more butt hurt, then it become a never-ending thing. It's beautiful. I look slim. There's an underneath here, so you get my point? Just like there's an underneath your clothes. You have a girdle on underneath that shirt because you want to look slim. I don't have a fake belly on. I don't have fake arms and things on because I have no desire, you know, to be chunky. Wise people are not going to be chunky, they'll be thin, slim. But that thin and slim will be, you know, perfectly shaped. Peace and wisdom, Lady G. Thank you. I'm not sure how you know I'm hacking, but shalom, shalom. I ain't gonna say you're lying, you know what I mean? It's just the wisdom thing. People don't understand wisdom, you know. The mind gets perfected, the emotional state gets perfected, and the vessel follows. Like I said, if I'm slim to you, you just haven't seen me naked. You probably never will. And you more than likely never will, but I'm here for wisdom, not those things. If you win the wisdom, you can get a one-on-one. If that wisdom's concerning your mind, emotional state, or physical vessel, you get it, y'all good. Y'all go ahead and fight over me. I don't mind. You know, I'm used to that in life. Chicks stay fighting over me. No, he mine. I ain't either one of these. I'm gonna share them when I'm, you know. I'm gonna share them after they beat each other up, because that's what I that's what I do. I don't want to hold you. Say, come on, why y'all fighting, man? You know I got two balls. No, I'm just playing. I shouldn't have said that. One dick, two balls. Come on now. That's three things, big baby. Know your math. Know your math. Let me stop bothering y'all. I'm sorry. Now, hopefully most of y'all can get over y'all bitternesses and things like that in life. I mean, most of y'all have bitternesses in y'all life from bad experiences or bad relationships. And then you get my point? You kind of carry them with you all over the place. Y'all be coming in here talking to me. I'm a stranger to you. Trying to figure out why is you so obsessed and think we buddies. Most of y'all need to just come to the realization you don't have good manners and good etiquette. You're not wise. And that, you disrespectful. And you got whatever you got here for that disrespect. Somehow you skip over yourself and you go straight to the disrespect that happened to you. And so this is why you have a problem, you know, with yourself. You put my face on it, but you just have a problem because you have that problem. And so you get my point? Meaning you have that problem where you're not self-aware, so you're disrespectful or whatever you are. And then you get my point? You receive of that disrespect. Now, I'm about to take a restroom break to give you all a chance to give back, you know, and get right with the Lord. The Most High. That part. Some of y'all so brainwashed out. I worship words. That meant something to y'all. Oh, he called himself God. I call myself anything I want. You don't know what your words are. Speaking of, what's God? God to y'all is like the number 0. Y'all don't know. But it's something. And when you figure that out, do you grasp? You'll grasp 0, which is like God in perspective. In terms of math, 0 is God. In terms of letter, A is God. Really no sound, but I don't know the symbol for no sound. So we'll start with the first, A. And all other sounds is just an expression of A. Meaning you have the 5 vowels, A, E, I, O, U, R, A, E, O, All of those being expressions of A. The sound. It's like when you say A, the is there. You get it? You say the is there, the O is there, the I is there. It's all there. Just say and listen, to the sound completely. You will see like, oh, A, E, I, O, U is all there in just that one pronunciation of the A. That's where you get the rest. So, try to grasp. Peace and wisdom, medium Cleo. My chin was for wisdom. Salam, shalom. Those seeking wisdom. You can probably go on down to the male prostitution house and buy yourself, whatever you're seeking. I know we in desperate times. Chicks ain't getting served up. So, they're a little bit of women having sex problems in the daytime. They can't even sell that butt. I'm just playing, y'all. Relax. Chicks out here couldn't even get that butt away. Niggas is busy. Men busy. We ain't fucking with y'all right now. Get y'all brains together. All y'all got access to is the bums that y'all gotta take care of. Because the real men got ourselves occupied on other things. Things beyond stinking hairy vagina. I'm just playing. So, peace and wisdom. Now make sure you like the video, medium Cleo, and pay your dues for the wisdom, which is what you should have clocked in here for. Now I'm going to depart for a second and use the restroom if any of you guys want to get that. Click the video title. My descriptions are there. Okay, the wisest man has returned. I'll give some of y'all a jewel that's maybe a little heavy. Yeah, you can see it. You see how the line of my shirt is perfectly on like a certain point of my shoulder. It's not like a little off, meaning a little big. Now you may have on the shirt, check that line on your shirt. It's probably a little bit, down. And that's why you look bigger, because your shirt is too big. If your shirt was more tailored fit or tailored, then you get it, it would hug you more. In that, you'll look more slimmer. Some of y'all buy y'all clothes too tight to get that slim look. But then your points be like, you get it? You look tight instead of, you look fatter, like bunched up. Peace and wisdom, medium chi. I'm circumcised. I'm not sure what perverted mind state you in, but my channel is for wisdom. Those seeking that wisdom. Seem like you're seeking out lie. Or things that's beneath me. I'll let you go, but enjoy your day. Peace and wisdom. Now, if you come to my channel, make sure you focus on the knowledge. Like I said, people be butthurt because a lot of people like to pretend like they're wise and they're not. We live in them times where everybody's pretending like there's something for attention, I suppose. In that, anything concerning me off the topic of wisdom, it's just a created retard thing that whoever's butthurt got going. And if you're not so bitter inside you'd figure that out on your own without me having to say it. But come back when the mind's just locked on wisdom. I'm not young, so you get my point? I'll play around with y'all for a little while, but at the end of the day, y'all play in the level of y'all minds. It's kind of beneath me. It's beneath y'all, but for some reason it's not. You got 40, 50-year-olds on here arguing for attention, and you get it, I'm beyond that. Whatever tacky shit is cool to y'all, it is. I'm not never going, you get my point? Get all involved in the stupidness, you get everything got to be solid here. And so, if you're too bitter, you might not want to worry about wisdom. You want to get that bitterness together first. Meaning if you're broken inside and the conversation is shallow, based on money, looks, stupid things. Things you're going to lose with me, but I don't disturb you more than you are. But I ain't fucking with me and I ain't even groomed. I just want to be real with you. Keep it on wisdom. That's what I came for. Dragging it to other things is just opening the door to hurt your own feelings. Now, if y'all have any questions, y'all can ask. This is y'all moments for those of y'all that like to make up things. This is your moment for you to get clarity when you have to make up things. Now, in regards to Terrence Howard, shoulder, chest, solid, shoulder, crazy, man. There's a bunch of boxers, dudes online doing pull-ups. There you go. I'm here for wisdom. I'm saying that, because y'all are aggravating me. Meaning y'all etiquette. Coming in here, y'all don't give back. Y'all don't have the proper manners and things like that. The proper appreciation. Dumb is something to y'all. You corrected on deep level scholarship and things like that, or whatever it may be. And you getting offended and not appreciative. that somebody actually took the time out. You get my point? You don't really need to come here. I ain't saying that to hurt y'all feelings, but a lot of y'all, you lost in your own mind space. If you look at my channel, it says exactly what I do. I break down ancient scholarship. If you look through all my videos, for the most part, that's all you're going to see. And so how y'all carry on day after day, dumbed out, you get my point. My channel is for adults, people of a certain etiquette, people who have their life together, somewhat at least. It's not for little kids and, all that tacky shit y'all bring in here. You got many channels for that. A lot of y'all come from these channels. Maybe you seen me on a channel that's a little tacky, and you get it? My channel ain't for that. My channel's for those seeking wisdom, those that have real questions, those that have a real unclarity on something. It's not for those lost in cult mind looking to disagree because they feel like I'm on this side and this person's on you. Channel ain't for kids and none of the YouTube foolishness that y'all fall into. And I appreciate if y'all keep me out of y'all foolishness because I'm an adult. I'm 30, 35, whatever. Keep me out y'all foolishness. I'm an adult. It's not going to end good for you. So this is why emotional control is important. A lot of y'all get emotional when you bring about your own demise. Come here for wisdom. Come here when you're mature enough to receive that wisdom. You will be mature enough to receive of that wisdom when you view yourself as equal to or above whatever you idolize. And speaking people, you idolize people, y'all put people above y'all. In that, you get my point? Some of y'all, you got hella ego, you think you right, even though you didn't put in no works to be right. And that, if you got theories and guesses and anything that's not right, meaning anything wrong is going to eventually get met by right. And so if you speaking what's wrong or putting yourself on the side that's wrong, do you get my point? You're basically setting yourself up to feel stupid. So a lot of y'all have to come to kind of realize that. Y'all kind of set yourselves up to feel dumb when y'all decide to go against what's right. Right not being a person. Right is right and wrong is wrong. A person can always be right. A person can always be wrong. A person could be right sometime and wrong sometimes, and vice versa. But right and wrong is before people. And so, y'all are lost on people. And that people are right and wrong. Your religion is right because you win it. You lost on egos and things like that. A lot of y'all have to get there. Peace and wisdom, Tori and Howard. Now I'm about to depart. Y'all enjoy y'all day. I'm going to come back and explain some Hinduism, some Hindu scholarship. Make sure you join the channel. It's going to be a channel members video only. I'll return when y'all get yourselves together. Salam.